Today's date is August 17, 2024, and we got the pleasure of having Charles Norton and
No, Charles Newton. N-E-W.
Charles Newton from Mount Carmel, Illinois, and his charming daughter, Patty Thompson from Mount Carmel, Illinois.
Yes.
Okay. Mount Carmel is about 40 miles west of Evansville, Indiana. We're in Evansville, Indiana right now. But Mount Carmel was big in the oil industry. In 1978, they had more Cadillacs than anybody in the per capita than anybody in the United States because of all that oil. Then the oil dried up and they lost some of their Cadillacs. They also have a guy that pitched the ball to Willie Mays, and they got a park named after him. Don Little.
Yes.
Pitched the pitch, and his brother was a catcher, and he pitched a pitch to Willie Mays, the most photographed baseball pitch, and he threw it, and Willie Mays ran. The New York Giants were supposed to lose 4-0. They won 4-0 or 7-0 in the series. The New York Giants, and Willie Mays was center fielder, and he ran out and catch it. I don't even think he looked at the ball, went right in his mitt, and Don Little threw that pitch, and Wirtz was the I think he was the catcher or something. Anyway, but Don Little. So this Mount Carmel has Snap-on there, but it's not there anymore, and they had a lot of oil industry there. But Charles was born and raised in Mount Carmel.
Hey, no, North Carolina.
Okay, well, let's tell you when you were born and where, Charles.
I was born in 1933 in a little place called Guile.
Guile?
G-H-I-O, Guile.
Is that a big town?
No,
Where's that near? South, west, or east of North Carolina? Out by Chapel Hill?
no, it's 78 miles southeast of Charlotte.
Okay, it's Charlotte. Okay, Charlotte's a big metropolis there now. So you were born there, and then were you raised, went to grade school and high school there, Charles?
Yeah,
And so you went to high school and grade school there. What's the name of those grade school and high schools? Do you remember?
well, grade school was Gibson grade school.
Yeah.
They had to bus me there,
Yeah.
but in Hamlet, the high school was right there in town.
And then you graduated, and you must have enlisted in the Navy then after that. Did you enlist in the Navy after high school?
Yeah,
Where did you enlist at, Charlotte or somewhere else?
I enlisted. I think we went. I forget exactly where we went to enlist in the Navy, but me and my cousin of mine decided he's out flying the field, and he come by the house and he said, let's go in the military. I said, all right, let's go. And I wasn't doing anything at the time, so he will.
And you enlisted in the military, so you went in the Navy.
So I went in the Navy, and he went in the Navy also.
Where'd you go to boot camp? Up in Chicago?
Great Lakes, yes.
Great Lakes for about 8 weeks. Did you do a lot of chin-ups and push-ups and running there?
We did everything.
Did you lose any weight?
Of course, I gained weight because I was only 128 pounds
Yeah.
when I went in.
When you went up there, did you go by plane or train or bus or walk?
We went by train.
L&N train or
Probably the Seaboard Coast Line.
coach line? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, after Chicago, what'd you end up doing? This is his daughter over here, right here. We talked to her. There she is, right there. She brought him. She's going on they're going to go on the honor flight, and that's going to be in early October. So she's going to be his escort, and he's going to be the man. He's only 90.
I'm 90 right now. I'll be 91 in November.
All right. So he looks pretty good for 90. I hope I look that good. Okay, so then let's see. We went in the Navy. Then did you get on any ships, or what'd you do in the Navy? And how long were you in the Navy?
I was in the Navy for about 3 years because I was on what they call the kiddie cruise, and I didn't sign up for 3 years. So at the end of the 3 years, I was a shipboard electrician. So I got out, and I stayed out I was out about 6 months, and I couldn't find any work,
in North Carolina.
yeah.
And so then you
Well,
went.
let's see. I went to work, I worked on the Seaboard Coastline Railroad for about 2 or 3 years.
Seaboard. Okay, so let's tell me about those 3 years in the Navy. You went on a ship as an electrician. Did you go out to Atlantic or Pacific, or did you go on a ship much? And what is the name of the ship?
USS Mount Olympus,
What kind of ship was that?
it was a communication ship.
So communications, you helped get the electricity right, and you went over to Mediterranean too, or?
And we went to Point Barrow, Alaska.
Whoa, way out nowhere. Point Bear, Alaska, where's that? Way out in the end by
It
Azor?
was up,
By the,
oh, you see those?
it stretches all the way to the end.
Yeah, it's all the way north.
What's the name of it?
Point Barrow.
What'd you do up there, freeze?
Well, they had a few people sitting up there with communication.
Waiting for the Russians.
Yeah, yeah.
What year was this, 53?
So, yeah.
Around 53, some 54, something like that.
Yeah.
And they were up there, and what'd you do, give them some food or just hang around with them?
No, we took them up. We took supplies. We took food.
Yeah.
We also took a couple of pallets of beer.
Beer? Oh my God, those guys liked you. What kind of beer did you take them?
I think if my memory serves me right, it was Billy Beer.
Billy Beer, really.
You know,
Those guys liked you for that. A couple pounds of beer, they didn't care about anything else.
They didn't care what it was. As long as it had alcohol in it, you know.
So you had brought a beer.
And they loaded it off the ship into those barges with the
Yeah.
doors dropped down.
That's like the Higgins
Yeah,
boat,
that's-
LSC Higgins boat, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had to put that in a safe. Those guys would drank that one day.
So we took it over there.
You didn't get on shore then. You stayed out in your ship.
I didn't want to get up because the life expectancy if you fell in that water was about 2.5 to 3 minutes.
It was pretty cold. What was it, 55 degrees?
I have no idea.
2.5 minutes?
It was icebergs around there. Cause
Well,
we had,
you went in the summer because other than winter you couldn't go.
no, well, we had an icebreaker breaking up the break.
Ahead of you, did you?
Yeah.
Wow, huh?
And we hit a hunk of ice that was below the surface that they didn't see.
You didn't put a hole in your ship?
Yep.
You put a hole in it?
Yep.
What'd you do about that? You sink?
They dropped a mattress over the side and the water sucked it into the hole and the guys went down and welded a plate over it. And then when we got back to Bremerton, Washington, we went in dry dock there for about 3-4 months. And we weren't doing anything, so they had all these bars up there called walk in, drag in, stagger in.
Everything.
Oh, we made them all.
I live working out there right now by Bremerton. That's where they got a big sub base, but they got a hospital still there now. Big sub base. But you guys had 3 months liberty because you're patching the ship. You got to goof off for 3 months.
Yeah.
Where'd you sleep, on the ship or they had barracks?
Well, we slept on the ship.
Yeah, but they patched that hole up. They take the mattress out? That mattress, they take that out?
I reckon
I never thought putting a mattress in that hole. How big was the hole? About that big?
I don't know, it was kind
They
of,
can sit right here. They set in that hole, plug that mattress, you can sit.
three.
Now, we're back here, we're with Charles Newton, and we're on the interview. We've just got out of Alaska. We patched a hole in the side of the ship. What's the name of the ship?
Yes, that's Mount Olympus.
USS Mount Olympus, and he was electrician on there, and they patched the side.
Communication.
Oh, communication. And then they went to Bremerton, and they had to wait there 3 months, had a good time. Then what'd you do?
We got back to San Diego, and about that time
You got out.
I
got out, so you had 6 months. They take you back to North Carolina on a train, or you go by plane?
No, I went by Greyhound bus.
Greyhound bus. How long did it take you? 3 days?
Well, it was about 2.5.
2.5? Oh, that was a lot of comfortable. That was comfortable. Where'd you put your sea bag, on the bottom of the bus?
Yeah, well, and they had the restroom on the bus.
Yeah, yeah. That's still a long ride.
Oh, God, yes. Hey, but that's a week, because we came back, I'm going from one coast to the other coast.
Yes, that's a long ride. That's 1,700 miles, 2,000 miles. Okay, so you went back and you looked for a job and then you said, I'm getting the Air Force. So tell me what happened.
Well,
Did you find your wife then or not yet?
let's see. I was stationed, I was up at
Bremerton,
Great Lakes.
Great Lakes.
Great Lakes. I was up at the Great Lakes, and
When? Just now or earlier?
no,
Or-
that was after I got back from with the ship.
From the ship. So you went to Great Lakes for a while and you found her then?
No, while we were up at Great Lakes, I ran into this guy that, I was in the Air Force by that time, and I ran into this guy that he had lived in Mount Carmel, Illinois, and so he wanted to have some friends, so he wanted to know if I wanted to go back.
So you went down Mount Carmel to visit
Mount Carmel.
back in the 50s.
Yeah.
And you found her there. Where did you find her? Church?
No, she was on 16.
And you were 20,
I was 19.
19. That mom and dad didn't want you robbing the cradle.
Her mom didn't give a damn.
She didn't care.
No.
So you got a hold of her, huh?
So,
28.
huh,
You 28 by then? Or 24?
Who was mom?
I was about 23.
Well, he was 23 and his
He's
16
8
year old.
years older than
So
she
you're
was.
robbing the cradle, but mom didn't care. You robbed the cradle and you married her then, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard her.
What church? St. Mary's?
No, I took her. We went to North Carolina, and
By bus? Oh my God, that's a long trip too.
I know I drove down.
Oh, you drove. So you're in North Carolina, you're in the Air Force now, and then you got married there, or you got married and then you took her back to
St.
the,
James's Catholic Church in North Carolina.
I see, Catholic Church, yeah. You're a fish eater.
Pardon?
You're a fish eater.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So,
bead reader too.
mackerel snapper.
Mackerel snapper.
Well, fish eaters, they're all around. Okay, so then you went to North Carolina, then you were in the Air Force. Where'd you go station Air Force? You had 3 more years Air Force, right?
Yeah, I went to South Dakota.
Work on all those missile sites? That's North Dakota.
They had
Big air base up there, great big one. It's KC, not KC-35, but big air base in South Dakota. You went up there, worked there for a few years and then freeze and now?
well, I was there working on B-52s
Yeah.
and B-47s.
The electrician farm?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
there.
So you there about 3 years. Did your wife like it up there?
Sure, I wasn't married yet,
Oh, you weren't married yet.
so
Then you got out, come back, married, and bring her to Mount Carmel?
then I came back down to the city.
Your wife in charge? That's your mama?
Yes.
And she moved me back to Mount Carmel. What'd you do for a living in Mount Carmel?
Well, he was in they went to North Dakota, and that's where my brother was born, and he was electrician there. And then he
Went to Kansas.
went to Kansas and ended up going in the OSI.
Well, and I did that later.
So, and then we moved to Washington DC.
Take care of the president?
Yeah. No,
What'd you do in Washington DC? Where's the Pentagon? What'd you do in
I was-
Washington DC? Andrews Air Force Base?
I worked out of Suitland, Maryland. I was over Suitland, Maryland.
Suitland, yeah, that's big.
Working out of. My funny train of thought. Where was I at?
I don't know.
we were in
You're in
Maryland.
You're in Washington DC. You're in Suitland, Maryland, straightening them out. Did you get married yet?
Yeah,
He's already married, okay.
He come down, went down to Mount Carmel from Great Lakes.
Yeah.
With a buddy of mine.
And found her then, yeah.
Yeah, we were partying and,
At the Elks or the Owls?
we'd party at somebody's house. And,
Somebody, yeah.
And, my wife's mom said, my daughter just turned 16. She said, I'm gonna get her and bring her over to the party. Well, when she came in, I knew this was no place for a 16-year-old. Because I knew the people in the situation.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
You protected her.
I kind of hung on to her. And
Protect her, yeah.
and we ended up, I dated her 3 times in 6 months. Asked her to marry me. She said, yeah. She wanted to get away from home, and I wanted to get married. So it worked out.
Good. You had a good one here to the left, right of you there.
I was married for 47 years. My son was born in South Dakota.
At Air Base, yeah.
But yeah,
Tell me the most significant thing there, Charles, and what was your most significant thing you saw happen in the Navy or the Air Force? One thing. Tell me the main thing.
had to be that ship that hit the iceberg.
Hit the iceberg because you could have gone down.
Yeah.
You could have gone down like the Titanic.
Yeah.
You're lucky to be living. She wouldn't even be here.
Say la vie.
C'est la vie. Okay, well, thank you, and you two are going to have a great time on this trip. It's called the Honor Flight, and you have a great time, and you come from good roots here in Mount Carmel. Okay, thank you very much. Come visit our museum. It's only 40 miles away. So there's Charles right there. There is Air Force or Navy. There's Air Force right there. Let's see if I can focus it. Look at that man. He could do a lot of chin-ups. Okay.